Hey, Zach here at the Bay Area Enclave, which I guess is what it's called, which is a cool name. I was just going to say San Jose Head-Fi meet, but what's really cool about these meets is that instead of your can jam Head-Fi atmosphere, which is a great atmosphere, but it's much more like company-based, this is like a super enthusiast thing, and that's why I like coming to them so much, is that I don't just have to stand behind a booth, I can go hear all the new headphones a little more, and it's just really fun for me to come to stuff like this, because it comes more about just interacting with everyone here and also seeing what new setups there are. So I don't know, it's kind of the back to what I feel like what got me into this hobby is these kinds of meets. So I'd recommend anyone that wants to really see the core of that to go to one of these in addition to maybe a can jam at some point. Yeah, the new ZMF stuff's all pretty interesting as usual. We got our first wood grilled headphone in the Boca Open right here, which is pretty fun. We're gonna do different grill designs as well as different woods and stuff. I'm really excited to try out a stabilized wood grill on the Boca. I think that's gonna be pretty sick and interesting. I haven't even made one yet, so we'll see how it goes. I'm not making any promises. Other stuff we have at the meet, we've got the new Cayenne Soul 170. It's a huge $7,000 tube amp, and the reason it's called the 170, it has these KT 170 tubes. They're kind of like a super version of the KT 88s, and this amp, it just has like, you know, the 300B sound has that smooth, thick sound, and the EL84 amps have that like quick and deft sound. This is in the middle. It's like power, space, and it's got a lot of different, it has a triode and ultra linear mode. So, I mean, it's a hard amp not to recommend. And in the price of days that, I mean, $7,000, you've got like $15,000 amps from a lot of other manufacturers now. I think it competes with anything out there, for my taste at least. And so it's the top of the line Cayenne. 110 pounds of pure transformer meat on the bone right there. You are not getting 110 pounds of transformer girth from another brand for less money.
Metal alone.
The metal alone. Next to it in the middle of the table is the Niche Audio 3F. This was an amp made by Doug over years ago, but the Niche Audio version of this amp, I think it's DSFHA, I think is the acronym. But as far as solid state amps go, whenever people come to me, I'm like, if you have the budget, this is $2,800. It's the best solid state you can get, especially for dynamic headphones. And it runs planars really well. And if you want to run something insane like a tungsten from it, put a preamp in it, get it more juice, get it more voltage in. It's going to run anything that you could think of if you get a good preamp. It just doesn't have all that juice if you're running from like a DAP or something. But the tone and spaciousness, it has that stuff that a tube amp has, but in a solid state with a more controlled kind of sound to it.
And what's this headphone here now, the triangle?
That's the Caldera Closed, and it's the closed version of the Caldera Open with our planar magnetic driver with the Caldera asymmetrical magnet system, which is now fully patented. Not to break into that stuff, but it's a our flagship closed planar magnetic headphone. And then on the far right, we've got the ZMF Aegis. A lot of people know about this one. It's a design by Lord Gwyn Keenan McKnight on Head-Fi, and it's super malleable in the tubes. You've got the EL34 or KT88 on the back, then you've got the 6SL7s in the front, and then you can run any rectifier from a 5U4G down to a GZ34 and even 5R4GYs. So it's just like, put whatever tubes you start your tube collection, buy the amp, get 1,000 tubes, and just live in a hole in the wall and have the tubes warm you.
Keep you warm.
Yeah, keep you warm. And so I brought the kind of greatest hits because a show like this we have one table instead of a whole room, and it's just fun to have this stuff and share with the community.
Is this a special pair, or do they all look this good?
This is a stabilized resin Atrium Open, and this one has a gunmetal grill, so it's kind of like shiny yet demure yet mindful all at the same time. It's bling without telling everyone that you're blingy. And then it's a stabilized resin. Every one of these is one of one and different.
Really?
Yeah, because the resin and all that stuff changes.
Have you ever gold-plated or done any specialty metal on the grill?
Yeah, so we've got rose gold, we've got 18 karat gold grills.
Really?
We've got 18 karat gold white grill, we have white gold grills as well, stainless steel, copper, brass, gunmetal, which is this, and then I really like our anodized aluminum coffee gold grills. They have a really cool look to them. So we're working on getting the custom shop going next year. So maybe a year from now at the Bay Area Enclave, you'll see some more custom shop stuff like this, but
So this is a piece from the custom shop?
This would be considered a custom shop headphone when we get there. Now we just make them as like unique speculative drops where we drop them.
Okay.
And so we're going to try to allow users to have more options and choose their specific cups they want. But it takes a lot of back-end work for the website to get there. But right now we still make these kind of one-of-one pieces pretty often.
How much is this piece?
These are $3,000 with the atrium and $4,000 for the Caldera or Caldera closed. And then we also do them for the Boca where they're around $1,500. So the Boca is definitely the best value in stabilized headphones, but you can get these.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so thanks for checking out my booth at the Bay Area Enclave. Brian, I'll send it back to you. You're the best. Thank you very much.